Hello friends, so today we'll be learning how to create a brochure in InDesign. Basically we'll be doing the layout of a brochure. Once the layout is done, then you can do the design part. So let's begin. First of all, we will open InDesign and this is the interface which you will see first. On Create New Document, click on Document. You will see a new document dialog box opening. Now, from here, select the number of pages to be 2 because we'll be doing a trifold brochure. It will be having a front and a back side. So, number of pages will be 2. We do not want facing pages because it is going to be on the front and back side of the same page. So we'll be turning off this feature. Next is select the page size. So page size will select A4. Orientation will set to landscape. Number of columns, we want 3 columns. And now the rest of the settings. First of all, we need to make the gutter setting. In the gutter, we want 0.5 inches of gutter margin. So number of columns will be selecting 3 and gutter margin will be 0.5 in. Press tab. So once you press tab, that value is accepted. By default, it is showing Picas as the unit of measurement. You can change the unit of measurement. Next is the margins. These are locked. So all of them will change altogether. So we'll write down 0.25 in and press tab. So automatically it gets converted into picas. Next is there are a few more settings over here which you cannot see right now, but once you click on more options, then you can see even more settings over here. So we'll select the bleed area. Select the bleed and write down 0.25 in, that is 0.25 inches, a quarter inch. Press tab. You have the basic settings done. Also, you can save this preset if you want to use this preset later on. So click on Save Preset and you can save it as Brochure Layout and click on OK. So now you have the basic layout done. Now you can go to File and Save so that you can save this basic layout and click on Save. So now your document gets saved. You can go to Pages. If you cannot find it here, you can bring it from here also. Go to Window and here you can find Pages. So right now we are having 2 pages. So this is our front page and this is our back page. How does this work? I'm going to be explaining this in a while. So now I have taken a paper to show you how the brochure is going to be folded. So there are various methods to fold a brochure. You can see these methods. An ordinary handout in business promoting is a paper report which additionally can be publicized in social media. Generally, they are made up with paper that can be collapsed into a layout, flyer or handout. These are for regular showcasing of items. On the other hand, a die-cut handout is an intriguing turn given to a typical customary looking pamphlets, where the cutout innovation is utilized to make handouts that is totally exceptional. Kick the bucket cuts made with a sharp steel cutting edge framed into a particular shape. So there are a few reasons to invest in die-cut brochures. For example, you can build a strong word of mouth. When you see something which is different from the others, it becomes a topic of discussion amongst people. Establishes brand identity, visual image impact, allows your marketing items to stand out. When you need extra attention for your business, and if you want your business to spread like fire in social media, that time you can use this concept. These are also versatile and create positive brand image, and these are cost effective as compared to electronic and newspaper advertising. So you can choose amongst the two. Either it could be die-cut brochure or a traditional simple brochure, but then you can enhance it with your design and your beautiful layout. We'll be folding this into 3 as this is a trifold brochure. So this is our first fold, this is second fold. Okay, so basically we have folded this brochure like this. So it is your choice. You can keep the brochure folded like this, or you can design it like this, or it could be like this. Okay, this could be your first page and then you open it like this and so on, or it could be the other way around. Okay, so this is completely your choice. It could be like this also, that this is opened like this and then it goes 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this fold is completely up to you, the way you want to fold your brochure. So first you decide how you want your brochure to be folded. Once that is finalized, then simply take a pen and write down the page numbers. So this is going to be my page number 1, this is going to be my page 2, 3, 4 and then 5 and 6. This page numbering is random. You can give any page numbering. It is not necessary that this should be 1, this should be 2. It is just for your understanding purpose, so that when you go to InDesign and when you start doing your layout in InDesign, that time you have this paper in your hand and you know which is going to be my page number 1, which is going to be my page number 2, so that you know how you want this thing to be designed. As this is going to be in the front, so you want this to be designed in a different way than the back page. This is going to come in the back. You want the inside to be designed differently. Okay, so first you decide your fold. It could be like this, or it could be like this. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. So page numbering is going to be different in each case. See, here the page numbering is something else, here it is going to be something else. Let's jump into InDesign so that we can do this layout. This is your page outline, the black one. These are the margins. This and this is your margin area. These are your gutter margins. The gutter margin keeps each column consistently spaced after the document is folded. So in case you have a design something like this is page 1, 2, 3. So this page 3, if it contains any content, it will be folded from here. you can put guides. So you can simply click and drag to bring in a guide. So this guide, can you see this? This guide shown in color blue, your page will be folded from here. Here you will have another fold. Here you will have another fold. This is the fold line. Press W for preview mode. So in the preview mode, you will see the area which will be printed once you finish designing your document. So can you see, in the preview mode we are not able to see this red line. This is the bleed area. Bleed area is the extra spacing that we have given to our document, because suppose in case we have a design which goes towards the edge of the page. So we want it to be printed like this. This design, this color has to be printed till the end of the page. What we want is the output should be this. This is the desired output. But what happens actually, if you print something all the way to the edge, or if you add something that goes all the way to the edge, it might get cut off. Or add a white line all the way around your document. We want this color in the outline area, but what will happen when we send it to the printer, it might get cut off like this, which you do not want. So we always extend it to the bleed area so that even if it gets trimmed, still you have this beautiful output the way you want it to be. Only one out of every odd printer is equipped for printing double-sided, and we need to check our printer's specs to see if it should be possible. Mostly printers truncate at least ½ inch of your printed document, or it might add a white line all the way around your document. That is the non-printable area. So this is your non-printable area. So this is one of the templates so that you understand how things work. This is one of the designs. Now how to place elements, where to place which element, that I'll be explaining you in a while. Here you can see this is your bleed margins, bleed area. This is your page border, and these are your margins. So this image is placed outside this area. Actually we do not necessarily need to keep it outside the bleed, but yes, outside this page, because we have set a bleed area for that matter. And then this much might get cut off. Okay, the space between this, and then you can see the beautiful layout. And here you'll be having your gutter margins where the fold lines will appear. If you want to change the unit of measurement, always bring in the rulers when you're working with the brochure. Go to view, and here right now we are having rulers. We can see the rulers, so it is showing hide rulers. If it is hidden, then it will show you show rulers. So it toggles vice versa. Okay, show rulers or hide rulers. So if it is not there, simply click on show rulers so that you can see the rulers. Now if you want to change the unit of measurement, simply click over here to this small plus sign over here, which is the intersection of your horizontal and vertical rule, and right click, and after right clicking you can select the unit of measurement. So once you select your unit of measurement, then simply click and release. Suppose you want millimeters, simply click, right click and click, right click and click. In this way you can select the unit of measurement. This is the front page. This is the back page. Okay, so the folding technique you will decide for yourself. Wherever you want the folds to be there, there will be a fold over here. Page numbering, that you will decide which page will come after which page, and accordingly you are going to place the content and the design. So once you're done with the design, you can press W, and this is the preview mode, and then you can see your design. Once you finish with your designing part, then you will save your document. Go to File, Export, and select the folder and click on Save. When you click on Save, you will see Export Adobe PDF dialog box. In this dialog box, go to Marks and Weaves. And here you will select Use Document Bleed Settings, because we have already given the settings in our document. And also you can select these settings whichever you want. If you want all the printer marks, you can select this. Otherwise, whatever marks you want, you can select those. Suppose you want crop marks, bleed marks, color bars, registration marks. So you can select whatever options you want to select and click on Export. And then here it is showing that some fonts are missing, so you need to check that all the fonts should be there in your system. And then once you resolve this error, then click on OK, and then this file gets saved. Make sure that there are no errors. Here it is showing a few warnings and errors, so you should not have any warnings and errors over here. And then your brochure is done finally. Now there are some golden rules to design your brochure. Some things that you need to keep in mind while doing this design. So let's discuss those. So I have tried to cover the maximum points in this video, but the video is getting lengthy, so I will have to stop it here. But if you want me to explain all these points in detail, then you can just write down in comments below, so that I can make a separate video explaining all these points. So hope you must have liked the video. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Let's grow together with TechHalt.